Hi everyone, and welcome to Trail Grazers, where we focus on great food for the trail and also take you with us on some adventures. Now we are getting ready for, in a few weeks, an 8-day road trip. It is going to be involving staying in motels, coming and going, and while we are there. And so we've made our reservations and know that our rooms have, all except for one overnight stay, has a little refrigerator and a microwave. Our freeze dryer lab is full of our freeze-dried foods, and there are some foods that we haven't even looked at for quite a while. I am looking for foods that will work well for us to help defray the expense of a lot of our meals. We won't be doing all of our meals from freeze-dried foods because where we're going, we really love the cuisine, and we will be wanting to do some eating out. But coming and going, and whenever we wish, I want to have enough variety that we can use what is available there, or that we can use it in our trailer for other trips as well. I just went out to our lab and selected 6 different foods that I haven't used for quite a while. So I have asparagus that we freeze-dried in 2021, 4 years old. This is Italian zucchini soup, 2 years old. Chicken with gravy, 1 year old. Potatoes, these are very thinly grated potatoes, and 4 years old. This is beef stew, 1 year old. And this is, I couldn't believe I found this. I thought I had used all of it. This is lemon curd. Oh my goodness. I used a USDA approved recipe for canning lemon curd, and in that same recipe I freeze dried it, and I think we had 3 quart jars of it when we were finished, and I thought we had used it all, so I'm really anxious to see about this one. So basically today what we are going to be doing is testing foods for possible use on this 8-day road trip, as well as if we're making any more trailer trips before we have to winterize our trailer. So let's go with the lemon curd first, and I'm just going to do a small amount. The seal was still good there, and I'm just putting it. Smells fine. Just putting it into this little bowl. It's chunky. And I'm going to put a little bit of warm water in here. Ordinarily we would be eating it cold, but to reconstitute this, I want to use warm water. Stirring this up. Boy, some of those chunks are hard. Well, it's 4 years old, too. 4 years old? Yes, February of 21. So we will leave that to see what it's going to do. This is beef stew. This would be a nice one to have. It is a year old, so I'm just going to put some chunks in there. It should be fine, but you know, we never know. And so before we take food with us, I want to be sure to check it. So I'm going to put these in front of the jars so you can see how they are doing. These little angel hair potatoes, I have used other grated potatoes, but I have not tried these out, and these are 4 years old as well. So I'm going to reconstitute a few of these. This is chicken with gravy, and this was done a year ago. This would be very nice to have in a hotel room and just to heat this up in the microwave. I'm just kind of doing this by the seat of my pants. Oh wow, that's doing great. This is Italian zucchini soup from a year ago. And I remember that we did reconstitute this when we made it, and it was okay then, but it's now a year later. Sometimes things get old a whole lot quicker than we think. Oh, freeze-dried, that should last 30 years. Well, no, it's not going to. Some is going to not be acceptable after even a year or 2 years. So we'll see what this soup does. I'll leave it at that. Oh, I wanted this spoon. So here is our soup. Now this asparagus, in May of 21, we did, I think, 3 videos on preserving asparagus in a lot of different ways. And we tried freeze drying some. Now you can see that this has lost their beautiful green color. I'm going to take just 3 spears, and these were okay to just eat, if I remember right, to eat dry. They still have wonderful flavor dry. I'll just put that in there too. So what I'm going to do here is reconstitute these, and I am going to heat these up just a little bit. Here is our asparagus. It has greened up quite a bit, so I'm very pleased about that. So I'm going to sit this over here and let it soak just a little bit more. Hot. All right, this is better. This works. So I would be cautious about the amount of water that I use to reconstitute that. Use a little bit less water, and then we would probably put it over a piece of toast or something like that. Okay, our Italian zucchini soup. Everything is soft. Flavor is still wonderful. The potatoes are a little bit spongy. The zucchini was great. So this would definitely work. Okay, now let's try our asparagus. Completely soft. Really yucky. Really yucky. Oh, I am disappointed. It's very limp. It doesn't have that asparagus. It tastes better dry. And so I think what I will do, oh, I'm disappointed. I didn't do a whole lot of freeze-dried asparagus. I canned some, and the canned has turned out just fine. But I think what I will do, because when I took a bite of the dry asparagus, the asparagus flavor was really there. What is missing, and I love asparagus. I used to pick it off of ditch banks when I was growing up, and we would have it for supper. And so I'm kind of a snob when it comes to asparagus. I just love the texture. This is limp. It tastes bad. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to powder this, and we will use the powder. I've made with our powders over on Rose Red some vegetable soups using veggie powders. This will make fantastic asparagus powder. So this is a no-go. This is great. The chicken is fair. The potatoes, let's check our potatoes and see if they're doing any better. They're still crunchy. They've lost the potato flavor. The other size, just regular grated potatoes, I have rehydrated those and used them in hash browns for the morning, and they work just great. But this particular cut of potatoes, I'm not happy with. I most likely will powder these as well and use them as potato powder, because I use potato powder in my veggie soup mixes, so that also will be right over here with the asparagus. The beef stew is fair. It just has pretty much collapsed, and as it has rehydrated, the potatoes are really, really mushy. So, you know, if we were starving, it would be just fine. But I'm not going to take beef stew on any trips with us, because it would be a letdown. Okay, so let's see how our lemon curd is doing. Ooh. Okay, it is just taking a long time for those lumps to rehydrate. I wonder if the lumps were just on the top, if I can mash them with my fingers. No. I will definitely be taking some of this, but I'm going to run it through the blender again. And I would watch the amount of water that I put in here, because this should be a little bit stiffer. Oh, just a little bit of heaven. It tastes like lemon pie. I have a squashed one of the little chunks right there. I'm going to scrape it off. Even it is good just the way it is. Okay, we have collected some data that is very useful for us as we think about more trips, trailer trips, and road trips. And we probably will do another one of these videos and share other foods that I'm just going to pull off the shelf and see how they're doing after a year, 2 years, 3 years. I'm just going to insert this little clip right here. I finished blending up the asparagus and the potato. Isn't that amazing, given how much there was in the original jar? Jim suggested that we come back and just show you what these look like. So this will be asparagus soup. This will be one of the ingredients in the asparagus soup. Plus we'll have some more for another batch of potato soup too, if we wish. So there you have it. So thanks so much for being with us, and we will see you very soon out there on the trail somewhere, sometime, weeks from now, next week, who knows.